At Donald Trump's address to the joint session of Congress on Tuesday, we saw an incredibly brave display from Democratic Congressman Al Green stepping up in the middle of Donald Trump's speech and calling him out, saying that he has this mandate to attack the most important services in our country. And of course, that is ridiculous. That is a lie, and it's the reason Al Green called him out. And following that, of course, Republicans lost their mind. They jumped at the opportunity to save little Donald's, his little fifis, his little feelings. And so they censured him. But they have decided to take it a step further, or I guess one specific Republican has Lauren Boebert, who went off on a disgusting and racist rant against Congressman Al Green that is going viral because of the controversy erupting around it. And we are going to get into that disgusting comment. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me now. Before we have to get into Lauren Boebert, I'd like to hear from Congressman Al Green, who had this to say about his censure.
Mr. Speaker, and still I rise. And still I rise, a proud, liberated Democrat, unbought, unbossed, and unafraid. And I rise today, Mr. Speaker, to call to the attention of the House this place that I revere, and notwithstanding recent events that I have great respect for. Mr. Speaker, I rise today in response to a censure that took place as it relates to my behavior. I have been told by some that they did not have an opportunity to hear the actual resolution as it was read. I have here H-Res 189, the censure resolution as it relates to my behavior. I believe this resolution should be read. I am not in any way upset with the Speaker. I want people to know that the Speaker did what he was supposed to do. He did what he was supposed to do when we had the joint session of Congress. When I interrupted, the Speaker called it to my attention. He did it on multiple occasions. I have no reason in my heart to be upset with the Speaker. Later, persons came over and escorted me out. I appreciate them. They were very kind to me, the officers, very kind. They said kind words to me. And as a result of my behavior, I have been censured. I'm going to read the resolution and give some commentary. It reads, H-Res 189. In the House of Representatives, Mr. Newhouse submitted the following resolution, which was referred to the Committee on, and the copy that I have does not have a committee. I'm not sure it was referred to a committee. It may have come straight to the floor. But regardless as to how it arrived, it did. And I'm not contesting the procedure. The resolution reads, censuring Representative Al Green of Texas. Whereas on March 4, 2025, during the joint session of Congress, convened pursuant to House Concurrent Resolution 11, the President of the United States, speaking at the invitation of the House and the Senate, had his remarks interrupted by the representative from Texas, Mr. Green. Whereas the conduct of the representative from Texas disrupted the proceedings of the joint address and was a breach of proper conduct. And whereas, after numerous disruptions, the representative from Texas had to be removed.
12 Democrats who voted alongside Republicans to censure Rep. Green for speaking out, for using his voice, for demonstrating the good trouble that we are all about in this party. Are we serious? And then I see Tom Suess, who is one of the Democrats who voted to censure Al Green, praise John Lewis. That's just clear hypocrisy. Praising one Democrat who encouraged good trouble while reprimanding one who demonstrates it. That is not what our party should be doing. It just completely lowers the standard for how we fight. And it's embarrassing, but of course not as embarrassing what Lauren Boebert had to say right here. Embrace yourself, because it was pretty bad.
Yes, it was. And it was absolutely egregious. And even you had some folks on the left trying to come out early and defend this behavior and compare it to an image of Marjorie Taylor Greene and myself, who were chanting "Build the Wall," while all other Republicans were chanting the same phrase. And they just got that one image and acted like we completely disrupted the State of the Union. But Al Green was given multiple opportunities to stand down, to sit down, to behaved, to show decorum, and he did not. I don't think it's unusual for a line or two to be shouted out. Heck, I was shouting out lines last night, but they were certainly in support of President Trump. And for him to go and shake his pimp cane at President Trump was absolutely abhorrent, and it's showing even with Democrat voters. When CNN says you were on the 20% side of the 80-20 issue, then you have a problem. They are truly ruining it for other Democrats in their party who are supportive of eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse, who do want a secure border, who understand that the sanctuary policies have gotten out of hand. Cities like Denver had a $90 million budget in 2024 alone for illegal aliens and needed a bailout from the state legislature and still want more money from the federal government. They are absolutely ruining their chances of winning in the midterm with their antics.
Really, his pimp cane? What a disgusting person Lauren Boebert is. And I saw the most perfect tweets calling out both her and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who just were screaming and hooting and hollering during President Biden's State of the Union, that we saw one Green Marjorie Taylor Greene scream during Joe Biden's State of the Union. And then we saw Al Green protest during Donald Trump's, and only one of them was censured. And I think we know the difference between the two that got Al Green censured and not Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think we know what I'm talking about here, but that tweet reminded me of the moment in Joe Biden's State of the Union when he did not suppress opposition to him. No, he used it against Republicans, and I want to take a look at that right here.
Some of my Republican friends want to take the economy hostage. I get it, unless I agree to their economic plans. All of you at home should know what those plans are. Instead of making the wealthy pay their fair share, some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority. Let me give you, anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal. That means Congress doesn't vote. Well, I'm glad to see you. And I tell you, I enjoy conversion. You know, it means if Congress doesn't keep the programs the way they are, they'd go away. Other Republicans say, I'm not saying it's a majority of you. I don't even think it's even a significant, but it's being proposed by individuals. I'm not politely not naming them, but it's being proposed by some of you. Look, folks, the idea is that we're not going to be moved into being threatened to default on the debt if we don't respond. Folks, so folks, as we all apparently agree, Social Security and Medicare is off the books now, right? They're not to be funded. All right. I'm ready. We got unanimity.
What a masterful moment that was from President Biden getting Republicans to agree that they wouldn't attack Social Security and Medicare, and that promise hasn't lasted too long, as it really would have been great to still have a Democratic president right now. to make sure that promise couldn't be broken. But I guess we're going to have to deal with that. And it's, again, the reason why Al Green wanted to stand up talking about calling out the lie that we love to point out on the show. Donald Trump does not have some sweeping mandate. He did not win some historic victory. In fact, it was very slim, credibly on the margin. He does not deserve or get to or is empowered to then attack the most important elements of our government, which Al Green continued to talk about right here.
And I did it with intentionality. The president indicated that he had a mandate. I said to the president, you do not have a mandate to cut Medicaid. I have constituents who need Medicaid. They will suffer and some will die if they don't get Medicaid. I heard the speaker when he said that I should cease. I did not, and I did not with intentionality. It was not done out of a burst of emotion. I was emotional about it, but I did it with intentionality. I think that on some questions of conscience, you have to be willing to suffer the consequences. And I have said I will. I will suffer whatever the consequences are, because I don't believe that in the richest country in the world, people should be without good health care. I stood up for my constituents then. I'm standing up for my constituents now. I am grateful to Mr. McGovern for what he has said. I'm grateful to those who have been standing with me. But I will tell you, I appreciate you. No anger. The officers who escorted me out, they were kind to me. I don't blame the speaker for anything. Friends, I would do it again. I have to be candid with you. I'm not trying to in some way insult you. This is a matter of principle. This is a matter of conscience. There are people suffering in this country because they don't have health care. I'll close with this. On some issues that are matters of conscience.
This is a perfect example for Democrats. Be unapologetic, be angry, and talk about the issues that matter most. Once again, incredibly disappointed in the Democrats who voted to center Al Green. Incredibly proud of the courageous congressman willing to step up. That is the type of Democrat we're going to be supporting on this show. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, you drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you.